everyone. Welcome to another amazing day at fmtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I'm here with the wonderful Ken Tooley and Nicholas Hunter as we continue our on-running series where Nick has been basically renovating a FileMaker file live for us all to see. In this case, it happens to be Ken's file. It's been a really interesting series. Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday, we are continuing the existing FileMaker file design and modernization workshop. Thursday will be Mirror Sync update with Jesse Barnum. Friday will be SendGrid, outbound email and FileMaker. And then Monday and Tuesday, we're continuing the design workshop. If you'd like to support the channel, you'd greatly appreciate it. We have our FM Training annual subscription bundles. This one includes FileMaker. The other two have certain amounts of videos. They're really good for beginner, intermediate, and advanced developers. They cover a really wide variety of topics in the FileMaker platform. I guarantee there's some part of FileMaker you've not mastered yet. It's probably in here. So server, WebDirect, cloud. We cover relationship scripting, all of that jazz. So it's also really nice, tiny, bite-sized little content bites. And like 5 to 20 minutes max instead of like the hour or so that we have for the live streams. It's a very speedy intro, but I'm happy to turn it over to you, Nick. What are we doing today?
Yes. Hello, Marge. Hello, Ken. Thank you for joining in today. Thank you, everybody in the audience, to join today. And so I'm very happy to do that. So we reached the end of the modernization of the Ken's file, and but I'm very happy with the results. And but we have some stuff to finish here, so I want to finish up everything and make the file fully operational for Ken, right?
Hey, Nick, before you get started today, I just wanted to tell you that last night I took the cross-reference table technique thing and put it into a similar file that I have running here, and it's working great. So not only am I getting a file out of this, definitely learning going on, and was able to take that technique and implement it without any issues. So it was great. It's just another bonus of getting the file done too. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So I hope that will help everybody to understand and to get things better, right? So because it's all those things that we learn here, is to give you another dimension, another another block, another brick, that you can use to build the building, right? So and it's very important to know those things, because otherwise you go with crazy things. I saw many things about this. When you don't know this, you need something,
right?
Because but when you don't know that, you can go with the things that they're not really working well. So and also I show that how it is easy to use that table, right, to connect multiple things together, right, and to come to both sides, right? So you get the benefits of both, right? So
right.
Like in our example, so let me share my screen right quick.
I had to tie pilots to pilots. They're kind of a primary pilot and a secondary pilot, and I had to tie those two together versus pilots and balloons. But yeah, it worked great.
Okay, cool. But I'm very happy that it was successful for you. And but it's something I use a lot. It's the cross-reference. I'm working on the file right now, so I have like something like 15 tables, right? Like this in the just 15 table just for that, right? Just cross-reference, right? Each time you have one entity that you want to connect to another entity, but there's no connection together, right? There's no way, and you want to be able to connect multiple times the same thing to another thing, right? So it's this table is very practical. So I'm using that a lot. Like for example, in the file that I'm working right now, I need to connect contact with companies. I need to connect sites with companies, right? But so maybe I can show the example here. Let me see if I can open this file for you. This is something I'm working on right now. So I want to show you the real world example of this, right? I don't know if I already show you this. Yeah, no, Foxy Jack, yeah, another brick in the wall, yes. So Foxy Jack is making it's another brick in the wall. This is a Pink Floyd song, right? So I got this. I got the same. I'm a fan of Pink Floyd, so I got the same image when I when I said that. So here we have. Let me resume here. So here we have. We have a contact here, and we have a company, right? So the companies, right? I can have multiple sites, but the sites can be the same site can be on multiple companies, right?
Okay.
I have contacts, right? But the contact can be on multiple companies, right? So all of those things, right? I'm using cross reference 11, right? So I have an 11 table, and here I have cross reference 12, right?
Wow.
So that means I'm joining company with sites, and here I'm joining companies with contacts, right? But here you can give to your cross reference a third dimension. Okay, for example, for that company, right? I have 6 sites, right? And I have 15 contacts, right? But each contact for this company, right? Let's say this contact can be for that site, or this one can be for that site. This one can be for that site. So you can connect each contact, say, okay, for that company, the contact, this contact, right, is the representative, right, for that site in that company, right? So the cross-reference table is where you will put that information. Say, okay, for that site, for that company, right? What's the name? Each contact can be attached to a different site, attached to this company. Okay. So here I have the list of the sites that I have here, right? So I can say, okay, this one. So you can connect each contact. So the same contact can be on different company, and in another company, the same contact can be relayed to another site, right? So this is the role of the cross-reference table. I mean, it's the record that makes the bridge between the company and the contact, and also can be a reference to a third table, right? To say, okay, for that company, that contact is representative of that site. So the cross-reference is no longer a bridge; it's a hub where you connect multiple things together, right? And then you can call that record, say, okay, I want that contact for that company and that site. Okay, so you have this record here allows you to do this, right? So this is what I want to show you. It's the cross reference is it's a huge part of this. So and here you can see I have all those cross reference table here. So the one, this is for the system. So after that you have subsection to material, and then you have subsection to the the section to the subsection. Then you have the material to the supplier, right? For example, you have one material, right? And one supplier, but of course, the supplier can be attached to multiple material.
Right.
So you understand?
Yeah.
So, and you want to be able to change the supplier, right, for each material, because you can have the material can have multiple suppliers. So you understand? So
yeah.
And then you pick the supplier when you do an estimate. You say, okay, yes, I want to use that product, but I'm using that product from that supplier.
Right.
So and the advantage is that you don't attach the what's the name? You don't attach the material to the supplier. That means you don't have a direct ID of the supplier on the material. You have a record. That means if you want to remove a supplier from the material, you just have to remove that record, and then the bridge between the material and the supplier is cut. But you don't have to modify the material or the materials. What's the name? Information, right? You don't have to modify the material record.
Yeah, because you made that material from somebody else.
Exactly. Also, this is also the technique when you say, okay, that material, let's say, I don't know, a brick or whatever, that material has a reference for that supplier, but it has another reference for another supplier. It's the same material, but it has different reference depending on the supplier. So that is and you cannot do this. You cannot, on the material itself, you understand that if you have 10 suppliers with 10 different reference, you cannot put that information in the material.
Yeah,
neither on the supplier. So so you have all those, so here, for example, I am connecting the estimate with the version of the estimates, right? Here I have the project with the project with the equipment, the project with the material, the project with the subcontractors, the project with the crew, right? So it's the cross-reference is very important. It, of course, as you can see, all those tables are small. They are tiny. Sometimes they're small,
but a bunch of IDs and a couple fields.
Yeah, but exactly. But it's, so here, for example, you see what happened here. The crew, this cross-reference table, I'm connecting the estimate with the version of the estimate, the format. I decide who is the format, the project, the section, the staff. So I have many IDs in that table to connect the dots with other tables, right?
Right.
So this here, the crew is connected to the estimate, is connected to the project, is connected to the calendar, and it's connected to the staff, right?
Yeah.
So and then I have the crew, because the crew, it's a bunch of people that are staff at the origin.
Mm-hmm.
But how to connect multiple times the same staff member to multiple projects, right? So you have a cross-reference table between the project and the staff, and I call that the crew, right? So so the cross-reference table is really, really important. So that's why I wanted to make this clear. So, but I'm glad that you use that exact technique, and it was very, very cool for you. So but I'm not surprised, because it's very important. I mean, it's very important. If you don't,
I just wanted to say it publicly on the stream. If somebody's watching later and they didn't catch this a couple of weeks ago and you spent a few days on it, it's great and easy to implement and powerful, as you said.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's and in your example, in your file, it was a great example. Balloon pilots, is something like, and a little bit more, different than they're always the same account with her contact, right?
Yeah, the one-to-one type stuff or one-to-many.
Yeah, exactly. So this one was a great example. So so yesterday we connected the pilots, right? So so let's do a recap of what we were doing. We can add a pilot to the balloon, or we can add a balloon to the pilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is using exactly the same principle, the same table, right? So depending on which side we get into it, right?
Right.
From the pilot perspective, we are adding balloon, and from balloon perspective, we're adding pilots, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday I showed that how to get the all the thing done, and how you add records in the. So it was very simple, right? And I show that if you use always the same technique, right? So you use always the same basic, the same foundation. It can be different. You can have different fields and different field names, but the principle is the same,
right?
So when you use always the same principle for many things, right? You help yourself, and you have a lot of, you save a lot of time, right? In rebuilding, right? Because when you build a file in FileMaker, the goal is to do as much as possible, as less as possible, okay? Because we don't want to rebuild things too much, right? Because if you use every time something different, then you need to build something new all the time, right? Because there's no common base, and then you can just, like I did yesterday, rename some fields, rename some variable, and that's it. So that means you don't, in the way I did that yesterday and Monday, and last week. You can't, you don't even have to think about how it works. Just that the names, matches, right? And that's it. But the principle is the same. You can tweak it and add something here and there, but the principle is the same, and that saves you a lot of time, right? So
yeah, well, and you get faster at it because you're doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just get faster and better, and you can work on new challenges.
Yeah, exactly. So here, I want to. Yesterday, I forgot about to talk about something. So when you add a balloon, you want to create a balloon, right?
Yeah.
You want to create a balloon for that, and add the balloon to that Kentuli, record here, right?
Yep. I built a new balloon, so now I need to create it in the system.
Yes. So we don't. So I was thinking about something, right? That I was using recently. So I said, okay, maybe I can demonstrate how to add a balloon without to rebuild anything. I mean, here, your instinct will say, okay, I don't have the balloon, so I want to create it and have a layout for that, right?
All right.
So here, this is what I suggest, because it's the best approach. Okay. So let's say I'm here. I want to add a balloon that I don't have here. I don't have. I want to create one. Okay.
Not there.
Okay, not there. So let's do this. You remember yesterday I said, and many times I said, that every single data entry layout, what we call data entry is when this one, the balloon dashboard and the pilot dashboard, those are data entry. So they're here. So this is a data entry. So I'm entering there, and then I have the record of the pilot or the record of the balloon, which is the main entity, right? It's the main entity. Okay.
Right.
Each time I'm entering a layout like this, I have a on record load, very tiny, very small scripts that do pretty much nothing, nothing crazy, right? That do this. I'm setting a variable with the current pilot ID, and I have a balloon here with the current balloon ID. So each time I'm entering a record, right, I have these happenings. When I here when I go there, here I'm in the pilot. See, if I go there, if I go here, this will change. See, changed, change, and change. Okay, so that being said, I want to add a balloon to that pilot. Okay. So here, let's create the script. So I am in that context, okay, and I want to do this. So here I'm going to add a script, okay, add a script, and here we're going to say, okay, create new balloon. Card. Okay. So I'm here. What do I do? Okay. Remember that I have those in my, when I create a new balloon, right? I have, as a new record, I have this auto entry calculation that is going to take this variable and make it and get the ID that is there. When you create a new record, the auto entry calculation will put that ID in that field. Okay. So I'm going to do the same here, right? I want to take this set variable and I'm doing this. So I'm getting the current pilot where I'm here. I'm in Kentuli, right?
Yeah.
And then what do I do? Right? I do this. I'm creating a new record, right? So I am in that table. I'm creating a new record with that what's the name? With that
be attached to that pilot, and it's
pilot, yeah, with that pilot, yeah. I'm getting no, because I'm thinking on the same time. So now that I have this, so I will have this will create a new balloon, right? We'll create a new balloon with what's the name? This pilot.
Right.
But now, what do I want to do? I want that I have this new balloon, right? I want to close that window. So first, I do this. I'm collecting the ID
of the balloon we just created.
The balloon we just created. I need that ID because it was unknown to me, right?
Until we created the new record.
Yes. So, and then I'm closing that window. Okay. I'm going to the layout, balloon layout, the dashboard, right?
Yeah.
And now I want to get to that balloon, but I cannot. So I'm here doing this. I'm going there. I land there.
Right.
But I want to land to that new balloon. But I don't want to do a perform find. Why? Because if I go to a perform find, I will have this problem. If I say perform find on this new balloon ID, okay, let's say I have a new, and I want to land there, and I'm doing a search. I'm ending with this. So I will end up with one record, right? I will end up with one record, but I don't want that because I don't want to lose my found set here. I don't, right?
Right.
I don't want to do that. Okay? So the right approach here is to use the transfer, the go to red record transfer. Okay. So I am in the balloon table, right? Where's the balloon table?
Right. I think it's down.
Yeah, here. It's there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to use the transfer. So do I have a balloon? No, I don't have any transfer. So I'm going to build one. So what do I want to do here? Okay. I want to be able to go to that record without a perform find and without disrupting my found set. How we do that?
Well, you're going to show us.
Exactly. I'm going to use the transfer. Okay. So what the transfers? Okay. Is that we have a relationship that is going from the same table. So it's a self-join relationship, right?
Okay.
It's a self-joined relationship. So I'm going to, in the name of my occurrence, I'm going to say that, yes, it's a self. It's a self-joined relationship. And it's the go-to related record occurrence. That means this, when I put that in my name, go-to related records, is to indicate that this particular occurrence, I'm using it to get to a record. I'm using it as a find. I am currently working for a customer. I show you the file many times, and he was extremely surprised how little I was using the perform find. Okay, and we worked together since 6 months, and he understood why. Is because if you want to retrieve a record, the perform find is not the best way, right? So one day I'm going to make a webinar using relationship or using perform find. Which one is the best? I'm not saying that no longer look for perform find. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the relationship is for most of the case, and in particular this one, right? The go to that record using a relationship is way better, way faster, and way easier. So I have this self-joined relationship. So what that means, what a self-joined relationship means, it means that both sides of the relationship are pointing to the same table.
Right.
This is balloon and this is balloon. So on both sides here, I have the same field because it's the same table.
Right.
And I'm saying, okay, whatever ID I'm putting here, right, in that field,
and the transfer
relate to that ID, right? So I'm making a link between this and this. Here, a script can put whatever ID I want. And then the relationship said, okay, give me from that table that record, right? But no perform find.
Right.
Okay. So now that I have this relationship, I can tell my script, go to that layout, set the fields, the transfer ID with that variable, and go to related record. Okay. And you say, I want to go to the TO2J, G, okay?
G, yeah.
Yeah. Using the current layout. That's why we have this freaking current layout. Many people say, what current layout means? Never worked. Yeah, it never worked. It worked only if you have a self-joined relationship. Makes sense. Because the current layout cannot be attached to a different table than the current table. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we use the current layout. That's why this current layout exists. Is because I'm going from the balloon to the balloon, so the self-joined relationship, right? And I'm using that layout to do that. And that's it. I am not saying this. And this gives me the great opportunity to show you what that means. Okay? So doing this, not clicking show only the related, this is what I'm getting. So now, so let's review. I collect the current pilots where I am in. I create a record. So automatically, that new record will be connected to that pilot because I have the auto entry calculation in the cross-reference, right? Here. And the pilot will get the ID of the current pilot ID variable, which is here. Okay. Then I'm closing the window. I'm going to the balloon layout. I'm setting the field to get that new balloon ID. And then I say, show me that record. Right? So let's try it out. So I'm going to delete that record because I created manually.
Right.
So here, I'm going to the I almost click here, but I didn't. Okay. I want to create a balloon to Ken. Okay. So add balloon, right? And we need to, oh, by the way, I need to attach this script to the balloon picker. Add balloon. Where's the create new balloon? Okay.
Create node, yeah.
Yeah, add is not create. So just parenthesis here. Add balloon is this action. Add. You know, you add. Okay,
you're adding it to the pilot.
That's So you add a balloon. You don't create one. You add an existing balloon. Add. That's why my script said add. Here I create a new balloon. It's not the same. Okay.
Right.
So
got to create it before you can add it.
Yeah. So here, what happened? I'm setting the variable with the current pilot. I create a new record. It's there, you know. Oh, I don't know where it is. Here.
Okay. There, yeah.
I'm setting the variable with the balloon ID because I just created. So I'm going there and I have a new balloon ID here, right?
Right.
Then I said, okay, I'm set up. I have everything connected. I close the window. I'm going to the balloon dashboard, right? Then I'm setting up this and I go to the relay record, boom. And there, I'm here. But, okay, it's not clean because I have nothing. When you create a new record, right? We need to make sure that something happened because everything empty. We don't have name. We don't have. We have nothing. Okay. Nothing. Right. So we need to put default data when you create new balloon. So I suggest, for example, for the name. So what it's a name? Okay.
Yeah.
Here right? So that's okay because you're doing a lot of copy paste, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I think we can say remove all or something like this. We have a text format. Yeah, text form. Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, sorry. That remove all the format, the bold, the font, everything.
Yeah.
I suggest you do this. If is empty self, right? Then you say new balloon. Okay? Or the best of the best, okay? It's to do this. Untitled balloon. This is a standard.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you put this as a default. That means what that means. It means if it's empty, itself is empty. That means if there's nothing in that field, when that auto entry calculation fires, you put untitled balloon. Otherwise, remove remove the format of itself, of whatever is there. Okay? So let's have a try.
I wondered how to combine stuff like that.
Yeah. So I know it's something. Yeah. So let's delete this balloon. Okay. I'm going to delete it.
Yeah. Go back through that. Yeah.
Okay. So go back to the. I almost clicked it. So I'm going there. So now I click here. I said create, and I'm landing there. Untitled balloon.
Right.
So it looks better, right? It looks better.
Yes.
Okay, than being just empty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the dates here, I suggest you put the defaults issued today. You have a default, right?
Okay.
Default value. So what is this field? Date issue, something like this? Issue date?
Yeah. That's going to be registration issued.
Okay. Okay, let me see which one. Issue date. Yeah. So I don't know why I didn't find it. Issue date here. So this is easy, right? Just said creation date. Right? That we have a FileMaker automatic.
Yeah, simple.
Right? Simple. Also, more likely, okay, the default is theirs, right? The default is this. The error type, right? So here what I'm doing, when I want a default, and I want the defaults to be out of a value list, okay? Because this is based on the value list. Mm-hmm. This is based, this here, the information I have in that button here. So I'm going to, I want pretty much, I want that to be checked automatically.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's good.
That's, yeah. You put the first, okay? So why I want this to be default, but this is coming from a value list. Okay, it's coming from a value list. It should be this one.
That one, right?
Okay, is this one or
yeah?
I was in it. Yeah. So, but I could say, okay, no problem. You go there. I go to the database. I say airworthiness type, right? And I said data standard. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yes, but that's a problem. The big problem. Okay, so if I do a new balloon here, boom, I have a untitled balloon, standard, issue date,
Right.
perfect. We are going to take care of this. Perfect. It's superb. It works super nice, right? Yeah, but there's a problem. If I go there, go to the value list, and it's not standard, it's regular. I change it. Okay, cool. My button here now says regular. So that works well, okay? But what happens if I say a new record here?
Going to say standard again and not.
Yeah, but it's not.
Oh,
regular.
yeah, but it'll say, yeah, it put standard in there, but that's not an option.
It's no longer an option.
Right.
So you need to remember that. So you build a bag. The best
Right.
would be not to do this, right? And to remove that and to say, oh, by the way, the default is this. It is the first value of this value list.
Oh,
The
okay,
first,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So if I go and so you understand? So
yeah,
you take care of your problem on all this button, all this airworthiness type is now completely free. So if I go there and I say, okay, now it's regular because the first value of this value list, right, is this. So if I change the value list, my calculation will pick always the right one. So now if I say new, I have a regular coming.
Right.
And if I change it again, right? So I'm going there and I'm saying, okay, our airworthiness type, and I'm putting standard again, right?
Yeah.
What happened here? New, boom, standard. It works.
Mhm.
I don't have, okay?
Yeah.
So now we need to take care of this. Okay? So because there's no clue about what happened here. Okay? It's not good to do this. Okay? So here, size and year, I will say this. Size, I will put a default, which is 0, right? This, okay, I can put just the data because there's no, I want 0, okay? Right? Correct?
Yeah.
But if you want to do the right thing, just, you do the same thing. If is empty self, then 0, otherwise self. This means always if the current field is empty, put 0, otherwise keep what is inside this. So I'm going to show, what happened here. I'm going to do all the demo. When I'm doing this, when I'm finishing with this, so and the year, I don't want the year empty. So I'm doing this year, and what it is, the same. If is empty self, then I want the year of the get current date, right? Otherwise, self, whatever, Don't worry, I'm going to explain. And I want to take care of this extended because by default, it's picking something when it's empty. So what is extended, that the extended
The
expired.
expired extended date. Yes.
This one.
Yeah.
So this has a problem. Because when it's empty, it shouldn't try this.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
When the printed is empty, it should not do the
When this one is empty. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let's take care of this scenario. Okay. Let's take care of this. So I am adding here. Here I'm doing this. What the field is?
The expire printed.
It's the expire printed. Right?
Yeah.
Which not the date, by the way. Right? So the date here and that the new year is this. Okay, that I'm keeping the calculation here, so I'm adding here a semicolon.
Yep.
And here. Okay. Okay. And then I'm saying here, in the case, okay, is empty date. Okay. I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if it's empty date, I don't care. Ignore it.
Just leave it blank.
Leave it blank. And this, like this. Okay, so I'm taking care of this. So that means now, why I put that in the statement here is big, and I could say this because month that the same date and the same date, right? And
because we
same
declared
date.
it earlier. Yeah.
That's the same, right? Printed, yeah. Expire, printed, yeah. Expire, printed, yeah. So, and I optimize it without thinking it. That means before I was calling multiple times the same field. Now I'm calling it once, and I'm using it. Okay. So I'm saying, okay, if it's empty this one, right? Then forget about it. Either way, if this equal 1, take the month of this, and the day of this, and the new year. Okay.
By the way, that
so now
that optimizing there of calling it once in the let statement, that's something else I did yesterday. I got into a calc where I was calling the same thing probably 12 times, and so I went back and put it in the let and fixed that too.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot from this.
Yeah, this is where we're here, right? And
yeah,
and you can see, because the I'm showing you the real stuff.
Yeah.
So you see that I'm using that stuff all day long. Okay. So so it's not just a theory. Okay.
Right.
It's a practical thing, proved on end. Right.
Yep.
Okay. So now that I have this, I took care of many things here, and you will see that this layout will look much better. Okay.
Yeah, instead of kind of all the blanks and errors.
Exactly, with question marks and
yeah, all that
so
stuff.
Exactly. So now if I create a new balloon here, boom.
Yeah.
It's better, right?
Yep.
So then you can play a little bit. Okay. A little bit more. And say, okay. Here, for example, this is important, right?
Yes.
And you want to catch the attention. The attention. Okay. And here you can say something like this. Okay. Like this. In the placeholder, I'm putting more information, and don't forget that we can style. We can add a style.
Oh yeah.
To the placeholder, and I say, yeah, but I want this red.
I'd forgotten about that.
So, yeah. So now we have this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this, but if I put something here, it's no longer red. The red was only because it is empty. So you focus the attention, say what this is red, right? So, but why is it extended here?
Some that should not. Well, some registrations are need to be extended, and some don't.
But why this is so? This should say not extended because we don't know yet.
We don't know, but yeah, most of the ones I'm putting in right now are extended. So right now, most of them are.
Okay, so let's put that like okay. So now, let's delete all the entitled balloon. Let's delete all those. No, and let's try again. So I'm going to almost.
Yeah.
So I'm here. I want to create.
I bet it's going to get you one more time today.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. So add balloon. I don't have my balloon, right? So I create one.
There. Create.
Boom. So, but there's something wrong here. But first, let's take care of something. When you do a design stuff, you need to guide the people because we are doing a workflow from one place to another, and we want to handhold the user until the end, right? So you take him, you took him to a place, and then you take him away from that place. So you have to handhold him, the user, and bring him to the end. And the end is not there. Right? The end is not done.
No.
I want to set the tab order. Okay. I want a new tab order. I want this first, right? This one, this one, this one, right?
Right.
I want this one, this one, this one. This one I don't care. This one, this one. Okay, this is my tab order. Okay. Now that I have a nice and clean tab order, okay, I can do this. So my tab order is this. Tuk, 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 tuk. See?
Yep.
Okay. So I have the create new balloon, go, and here I'm saying go to next field. I don't care which one is. I'm not saying so let me show how it looks. Okay. What I'm doing, I almost did it. So how it looks. I click to the balloon, I set create, and boom, I'm ready to say hello. Right? It brought me there. It brought me to that field. Ready to type. Ready to type the name.
Yeah, because in this case, the next field is going to be the first tab. That's it.
Yeah, so by doing so, you handhold the user and you say, yes, okay, I brought you from one place to another. You asked me to create a new balloon, and this is it. That's a new one. So now you need to fill up because it's new.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So and I didn't say go to fields, perform, and this, and the name. I don't do this. I said go to next field, and the field order, the tab order will take care of this.
Mm-hmm.
The tab order is okay. The first field is like being there and striking tab.
Right.
Right. Right. So if you have a go to next field, if you have a tab order, a clean tab order, right? You can do this.
Take the right way to go.
And you don't care about go to next field.
Yeah.
Correct. So now I need to see why the pilot is not there. I have no idea why. What's the name? Why is this one here? I have no idea why I don't have the pilot. Why it's not attached to the pilot? I mean, why the balloon is not why the pilot is not attached to it, right? Because it should show here the pilot that just created, right?
Did we created the record in the balloon table, right?
Oh,
The portal's coming from the cross reference.
Yeah. Okay. That was missing. So I create pilots like an idiot. That why is missing. So yeah, good catch, Ken.
Yay!
Yes. Okay. I'm here, but here, so I must have created a bunch of untitled, I must have created a bunch of balloons here. So I'm here in the balloon table.
Right.
This is the balloon, is a balloon table. I'm creating a record, but in this, when I don't want this, I want, okay, to create. No, I was no.
I think don't we need
no. I need to create a new balloon, right? But before I close the window, I need to go to the cross-reference table, which is this one. And I need to create a new record as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You need to create both places.
Exactly. Right. I need to create that on both places. That means, so let's explain. I'm in the pilots table, right? And I open a car style window with the balloon table. So here I'm in pilots. And of course, I got, like by magic, I got my current pilot ID.
Right.
When I open this, I'm in a balloon table. So I'm creating a new balloon. I get the ID that the auto entry calculation of the parent key is giving me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the cross-reference table. I'm creating a new record that will use this and this. Remember, right? When I go to if I go there, I have this is going to take this ID, current balloon ID, and this is going to take the current pilot ID,
right?
Which I just did. Right. Current. No, this needs to be named current, by the way. Sorry for that. Currents, and of course, go. Okay. Yeah. So I have the current pilot ID, the current balloon ID, because I need the name of this variable that match in the cross-reference table to name this, right?
Yeah.
Here.
It's new, but it's also the new.
Yeah, it's new, but yeah. Some, okay.
Yep. I
go there, I'm creating the record, then I close the window, then I go to the balloon. So I close the window, I go to the balloon dashboard, I'm setting this, and this. Right?
Now, going off to the cross-reference layout while that other window is there, will that change what I'm looking at?
No, it will be too fast.
Okay.
You can put a freeze. Okay, we can put a freeze if you want, but it would have been too fast anyway.
Okay.
So so let's remove the freeze for now and see how it works. Okay.
Sure.
So I'm here. First, I want to debug this. So I'm creating the balloon. I'm setting the variable because I just create a balloon. I need that ID. I'm going to the cross-reference table. I'm creating a new record. I have the balloon ID. I have the pilot ID. I close that window. I'm going to the balloon. I set this field. I'm going to the new balloon I created, and I go to the next field. So let's do it again and see where. So let's remove all this crap here. You know.
You're going to have to get a manufacturer's certificate as many balloons as you created.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to clear you know, some of the data here. We have blanks. And okay. So I'm going to I almost did it. I go there. I want to add a balloon. Okay. So I'm going there. My balloon is not there. I want to create a balloon. Create. See, it's too fast to see it. Oh no, you're right. See, because I have a lot of records. So let's see the freeze. Let's see if the freeze is taking care of this. Otherwise, I have another way. Add balloon. So the freeze is taking care of it. Right? Boom.
Yeah.
See how clean it is?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's missing something. It's missing this. When we create, we go, we need to set the fields. I need to reset all my auto entry calculation because I have a new info. Remember?
Yeah.
This is not, it doesn't know I have a new one.
Yeah.
It doesn't know because you know why? Because I created the balloon before I create the cross-reference table. So at that point, it couldn't say this one because I'm creating next.
Yeah, the record was, yeah, right. There was no pilot when that was created.
Exactly. When I created, it wasn't there.
Right.
So let's take care of it. I'm there. Create. Boom. One balloon, one pilot, this pilot, and the balloon. Boom.
Nick's baby.
Yeah. So this is how you do when you want to create something that is from the moment where you wanted to link the balloon with a pilot, but you create a new balloon. So you know what I mean? So I reuse the current layouts and I don't try to have a baby data entry layout for the balloon. I'm going to the right thing. So now, before we go, I want to show you something about the go to relate record. If I set this, okay, this is what I get. So let's delete this. Add balloon, create. This is what I get. Oh yeah, because yeah, it's the same. Oh, I didn't. No, I was surprised because I didn't save the script. So sorry for that. I was surprised. What is doing? So let's do it again. New balloon, create. So this is what I get.
Yeah.
Why? Because I say, okay, yeah, you need to, bring me to the only related records. So since I put the ID of one balloon, it goes to the one. If you don't check this, right, this is what happened. Let's say two-case scenario. Okay, two-case scenario. I have a show all, so the 6, right, and I'm creating a new one using doing the same mistake. Okay. What it's doing is creating a new one and adding at the end. Now I have 7. Okay. But let's say that I still have my 6, but I have a found set. Okay. I have a found set. I have 3. Okay. What will happen to that found set if I'm adding a balloon like this? Okay. Add a balloon, create. So automatically, it get rid of the found set and add a new at the end. Right?
Okay.
So it's taking care of that for you. So that means you don't need to say, like in the perform find, you will have to say perform find this, show all, right? So it's taking of this eventuality for you. Okay, so it's you don't have to take care of this, right? So do we have any question? Marge is on strike.
I'm not on strike. Computers are being finicky today. People are saying real world examples are the best. There's an issue with the version that you most recently gave me, I think, Nick. So you'll have to give me a fresh version when you can.
Yeah, no problem.
Tomorrow would be perfect. Yeah.
But
it's just a reminder, guys. This file is maybe buggy. We don't spend much more. We try to do a debug session in front of you and stuff like that. So maybe So go ahead, Marge. Sorry for that. Sorry for interrupt.
No, you're good. It just says the menu script 001C does not have a menu layout called. It says unknown.
That's the one Nick keeps clicking on that breaks because we haven't fixed it.
So it's not done yet. So that's we didn't build it. So we just I just copy paste the button here, but I didn't build the thing. We're going to get there. We have some time together, Ken, again, because we need to build this. We need to build this and do a final review. So I think maybe the 1 week or next week we still together. So
and we talked about a couple weeks ago when we get everything working about importing all the data back in.
Exactly. And that's a good point. You said also you want to have some documents treatment in the balloon, so that tomorrow, right?
Right. Yeah. So just as a preview, we can't really enter all that registration stuff without seeing the registration document. So when we go to enter the number under registration, I need to see the document. So I can grab the number and grab the manufacturer, grab the expiration dates, etc. on that.
Okay, so, that could be an interesting. Can you send me one of those documents? Are they always the same documents?
Yes. On the rare exception, every so often I'll get a temporary. But 99 times out of 100, it'll be an actual document. That's always looks the same.
Are they PDFs?
They're usually JPEGs, but they could be PDFs.
Okay, whatever. It's a photo.
It's an image.
It's an image. Okay.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting. You want to stay with us, right? That's what you want. Yeah. It could be an interesting OCR proof of concept. I mean, would it be
actually
cool?
On that document, OCR would work. It wouldn't work on the annual one because the annual one is mostly handwritten.
Okay, but
the registration
for the registration number, date issue, expires, that is on the documents?
Yes.
Okay, bingo.
I'll send you one.
You'll get an OCR for free. Because it's okay. So let's explain to the people what happened here. So it's that, imagine that you get a document, you add a document here, and by adding a special type of documents, automatically it filled up this and this based on the documents.
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be cool.
So that is simple enough for the people to understand how it works, and it's cool enough to be enough explanatory, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I like it because yeah. So let's do this. I'm going to send me a document, Ken. No, send me 2 free documents different.
Okay.
And I want to do a test on my side, and then see how it gets recognized, and see if it's feasible to do it online, to demonstrate.
Works for me.
But it would be cool, to add a documents, and I did the document because let's say you want to add 10 documents, and we have the name of the pilot. We have everything, right?
This document is associated with the balloon. So
the balloon, yeah. So it's you have the balloon name, right?
No, I don't have the name, but I have the number, because it's like a license plate, registration document for your car. So it's got,
okay.
The license plate number on it, and it's got expiration dates. It doesn't have it has the pilot name on there too, but that doesn't always match the real pilot.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem.
Yeah, so I'll send you 2 or 3, and I'll give you a better explanation.
Okay, cool. So let's do that. Thank you very much. So Marge, you can land the Enterprise if you want. even though the Enterprise never land, but it's okay.
That's
why we're landing the balloon.
Yeah. We dock. Let's dock. We dock.
There we go.
That's the terminology. We dock the Enterprise. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you, Ken. So see you tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.